What's up, sports fans? Eldridge Bell back here with another video, and man, it's kind of sad to realize that a legend is gone. Muhammad Ali passed away yesterday, and man, it's I guess you kind of knew it was gonna happen at some point or other, but when it actually happens, you just kind of caught off guard. I know I found out yesterday, Friday, that he was on life support, and the prognosis didn't look good. But man, I mean, the whole world lost a legend yesterday. I mean, he was something truly special. And before I get into his fighting exploits, I just want to say, he's one of the first braggarts, I think, in professional sports who was just openly boastful about what he could do and how he was going to do it. He was also a pioneer in terms of black culture, being proud of being black, standing up, and I think the most courageous thing he did and the most poignant thing he did was actually saying, you know what, I'm not going to the Vietnam War. The Viet Cong didn't do anything to me, you know? They're not the ones taking away my freedom. They're not the ones saying I can't eat at certain restaurants. So I thought that was pretty crucial and a seminal moment in history, especially with a sports figure like that. Man. And to do it in his prime, a lot of people speculated that if he hadn't been suspended by the boxing commission, that he probably would have had his stats would have been far more greater because he lost several years of his prime because of his decision not to go to the Vietnam War and not to be drafted. But you got to salute the guy to that, because I don't know if many other people would have done what he did at that time. So that kudos to him. For that, that's one of my lasting memories from him, is not going to the Vietnam War and standing up for his rights, and it worked out in his favor. As we all know, he got his boxing license back, and he went on to win titles and so forth. Now, in terms of boxing and his physical exploits, that man was truly gifted, because I remember watching highlights of this man fighting with his hands down. And I never seen that before, I grew up in the era of Tyson where everyone was afraid of Tyson, where he would knock you out literally in the first or second round, and he was just, everyone had their hands up. And here's this guy fighting with his hands down and just moving his head, and I mean, he rarely got tagged, and that was impressive to be that fast, and I just thought, wow, that's crazy. And then you got the Rumble in the Jungle. Obviously, I'm watching highlights because I'm not that old. George Foreman, Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier, smoking Joe Frazier. The people he had to go through, and the people he lost to, and the people he beat. It was just, that might have been the golden era of boxing. And before I end the video, one of my favorite quotes. I mean, he had a bunch of great quotes. Probably my favorite trash talker of all time, because I like to talk a little trash myself, I'm not gonna lie. The best line he ever came up with, in my personal opinion, was like, man, I'm so fast that I turned off the lights in my hotel room and I was in the bed before the room was dark. Fast. That sounds like something I would say, but he said it before me, and the way he talked, the way he carried himself, the way he dominated, the way he would say he was going to beat people, and he actually did it. He was an originator of all that. I think all of sports culture kind of spawned off from what he did, because now you see guys talking trash all the time and backing it up. So he was really, I guess, the godfather of trash talking and being outspoken and standing for something. So kudos to a man who lived a full life, an eventful life. I don't think anybody can say he was gone too soon. So that's what you really want in life, is to have a full life and say, you know what, it's time. And you had a great life. So salute to you, Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time. You're so fast, man. You're so fast. And hopefully up in heaven, you're just you're still dodging. You're still fast, man. So anyway, that's my take on us losing a legend. Tell me what you guys tell me what you guys think of Muhammad Ali. Tell me what you think of his best lines were, his best fight, and leave comments. Thanks again for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. I'm out. I'm the greatest. Woo! Love that line.